Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, welcome back to another Officer Tatum show. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. There's more fallout from Joe Kent with his sorry self. Joy Reid, her genius strikes again. Then Fetterman. Is Fetterman on our side now or what, bro? I'm telling you, as a Democrat, I would vote for Fetterman. But before we get to any of that, we got to talk about Nick Shirley exposing all this fraud in the state of California. Welcome to the Officer Tatum Show.
I want everybody in this room to have that same spirit, that same identity carried in your life.
Make sure that you go through life and find your purpose.
And we don't do this just to get a pat on the back. We do it because we came here to win.
And it starts with you understanding that God has a purpose for you.
This is the time to be more bold than ever before.
We're all Americans at the end of the day, and we should love one another. We should be focused on what's right for our country. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Officer Tatum show. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to all the members who have supported us. The membership is going out of control. I told you that if we get over 2,000 members, every time we hit a milestone, we'll do a trivia giveaway or something special. So today we're going to have a trivia, or it's going to be released on Friday. So you better be prepared because it's time sensitive. So we're going to do a trivia. I'm not going to give you the question yet because I need you to not try to research it, but you'll get the question, and the first 3 people that get the question correct, or the trivia question correct, we're going to give them a $100 gift card each. So make sure you are there at Friday. What time we're going to do it? Friday, 9 a.m. We'll announce the winners on the show, and may the best man win, all right? But also the memberships, I'm going to tell you what you get with doing the memberships on the YouTube channel, and we'll go from there, okay? So can you put up the membership offering, and then we're going to get on to the show, all right? You could be a rookie, officer, or SWAT, or deputy chief. The only difference is incrementally we go up in access to the post-show clarity, access to members-only polling, and then we go up to a discount. The SWAT discount of 30% off that you see, I'm going to up that discount to 40%. I just told them just yesterday. So if you're on a SWAT team, you get 40% off of Tatum's store and also exclusive content, all right? I'm ready to get to the show. Are y'all ready to get to the show? Let's get to the doggone show. Nick Shirley is out here doing the Lord's work. And also, I want you to know very clearly that Nick Shirley is able to do what he's doing because he's supported by Black Line Security and the Black Line Guardian Fund. Literally, with your help and support and donations to a 501c3 tax-deductible organization like Black Line Guardian Fund, you are able to help Nick's security needs everywhere he goes. So every time you see Nick, every time you see him expose anything, every time you see him here on camera, just so you know, Black Line Security is protecting him. Now, clearly, we don't always got to be in the camera because we don't want to mess the shot up, but you best believe that we're protecting him, and it's because of you. The only reason that Nick Shirley can continue to do what he's doing and exposing these people to a certain degree is that he has security, and it's because of you guys that support his security. So if you want to be a supporter of Nick Shirley Security, just go to blacklineguardianfund.com, blacklineguardianfund.com, and you will be a supporter of Nick and also others who we support in their security. All right, let's get to the show. Nick Shirley out here in California doing the Lord's work. Let's roll the first clip.
This right here is Hayden Sarah Family Childcare. This is a daycare right here. Apparently they have 14 children enrolled. Tell us a little bit more about this daycare right here. We're in the middle of the hills here in San Diego.
So according to state records, when inspectors arrived here, there were 14 kids enrolled but 0 present. And then this place was also cited for having missing children's records and also not having a facility roster.
It's kind of weird that there's this daycare in the middle of a neighborhood. Hello?
I was naked, okay?
No, you weren't.
I can sue you. I was like, I wasn't dressed up. I'm Muslim.
Either way, can we enroll a child into the daycare?
You don't know what's going on.
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California.
All right.
It says there's 14 children enrolled here.
You don't care.
I do care. Then where are the children?
You don't care.
Where are the children at?
It's not enough, Minnesota. You come here.
Where are the children at?
Not enough.
Where are the children at, ma'am? All right, so what she's doing is she's making a video right now. She's gonna send it out all to all the other daycares. But at the end of the day, enrolled for 14 children, no children here, and this is from the state of California. We're not targeting Somalian population. We're just going after daycares, and it just so happens to be that all the daycares, They are Somalian so far. Where are the children at, ma'am? 14 children. Would you like to make a statement as to where the children are?
You don't care where is my children are?
Ma'am, we would not be here if we weren't asking you.
You don't care. You don't care.
What do you mean we don't care? This is why we're here.
Care. And don't record me. You don't care.
This is why we're here, to ask about these daycares.
Ask me who you are. Who you are.
My name's Nick Shirley. You already know that.
Shirley, I know, but you a trouble man.
How are we making trouble? You're causing trouble.
Let me call 911.
We just want to know where the children are.
No, I'm calling 911.
For what?
To you.
For what?
You come my house.
We haven't done anything.
I don't know.
The problem with these daycares is that they receive money through a program called CalWorks, but as you see, there are no children actually there. These fraudsters are simply enrolling children on paper to receive government subsidies, even after the state visits these daycares and confirms there are no children actually there.
All right, so you can see on that particular incident, because I got 5 other videos, is this lady did not dispute if kids were there or not. This is the thing. Some people get mad at Nick Shirley and they go, well, of course they're not going to show him the kids because it's a safety concern. The thing is that he's at the door. You hear no kids. You hear nobody supervising kids. And the lady did not deny that there's no kids at this building. They've already gotten in trouble before. And this is what they're doing. This is clear fraud. You know what's crazy to me? Is that why does Nick Shirley have to do this? Wouldn't you think the government would be going to these people's houses and doing the same thing? How is the government not doing that and saying, oh, you don't have to? Okay, because the government has the authority. If you are getting government funding or you're certified through the government, they can audit at any time they want, and they can go in your house and make sure that you're compliant as a daycare center. And why are they not doing this? And a random guy had to do this. All right, come on, we got more. We got some more. Here's another one. Roll the clip.
So this is the location of the daycare. It's in the middle of this shopping plaza. A lot of the buildings are closed down or boarded up and have been graffitied. And then you also have just a big dumpster right here with all this garbage. And then the daycare is right there. We're gonna go in right now.
We actually have a homeless person there too.
Oh.
You see that?
There's actually somebody sleeping here right now. Hello?
Dead.
You all right? Yeah. And so there is a homeless man who's sleeping right next to the daycare. He's sleeping right here, and the daycare is right there. This does not look like a place where you'd want to bring your child, and it does not look suitable and set to code to be a place where children are enrolled. So they do have some children here. How many do they usually say they have, or what's the story with the children?
The last few visits from the state have said that they have 39 enrolled.
And right now we're seeing about 5 children.
Yes.
They are enrolling right now. It says Medina Learning Center is now enrolling, so let's see if little Joey can leer a little bit here at Medina. Do you have the paperwork to enroll a little boy by the name of Joey? Yes, we'd like to enroll little Joey into daycare.
Nobody can deny that this is fraud going on. That lady don't even seem like she speak English. She probably didn't even know what he said. Any daycare facility should have a protocol that if anybody, you don't have to accept the application, but if anybody asks or requests an application to enroll a kid into the school, you should be able to give them an application or point them in a direction they can go on a website and apply. Or can you only go if you're Somalian? Can you only go and discriminate against other children that want to go to that particular facility? Crazy fraud. 2 more. This one is crazier, I think. Is this the one on the car dealership? Or not the car dealership. The hospice place looked like a car dealership. Look at what they doing at this hospice location, allegedly. Roll the clip.
Now, after seeing all the wealth that is being created from these hospice centers, I headed back to the original location where we found over 15 hospices in one plaza. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a fluke that Armenian mafia members were running the show and that there weren't just randomly $100,000 cars the day I went by. And this time, it was even worse. Sir, how are you? Good. So what do you think about all this hospice fraud? Sir, you're in the Cybertruck, driving away, taking money from old people. Yet he's just driving away in his Cybertruck, won't even answer any questions. Let's see, we have another rich person as well that's getting rich off this hospice.
Car, bad hospice.
this guy's leaving as well. So the two people that walked out of Holy Angels, they're in a brand new Cybertruck and a new BMW. How lucrative of a business is hospice? I'm seeing a Cybertruck here in a nice BMW. It's good? Yeah, because it looks like, for instance, Guardian of Angels, that used to be here, $4.8 million they billed the state of California. And how many clients do you guys have?
Brother, do you have a badge? Do I need to answer your question?
I'm just curious.
It's not mine. I just work.
Yeah. You must be getting paid pretty well, right?
Bro, this is my parents, bro. Come on.
Do your parents run the hospice?
They don't work.
No. Who's that guy in the Cybertruck?
He's my uncle.
He's your uncle. So it's like a family business to own the hospices.
Not us.
But,
It's not us.
but why was he walking out of the hospice then too?
Brother, can you leave me alone?
Like these hospices, there's nothing inside of them.
If it's not you guys, how come you're in the
If it-
newest
yeah, if it-
BMW and the newest Cybertruck?
Brother, because
I can only imagine what the guy who's in charge is
because of
driving.
hospital. Brother, leave me alone.
Just all the other hospices? Do you like taking care of old people? Like, are you the one going out visiting the hospice patients, sir? Uh-oh, he's gonna have to do another point turn. Well, you could just go that way. What's the key to opening up a hospice if I wanted to open up one? Because you're in the family business of hospices. If I want to open my own? What do you do for work here?
Huh?
What do you do for work here?
Why?
Oh, we're just looking around. We're seeing all these hospices, so we're just curious.
Water.
Bruh, these y'all see that BMW in the back? Come on, put that back on the screen. Y'all see that BMW in the back? The screen that we just saw, Nick Shirley was standing there. That BMW SUV that was in the back of the screen there, right there. Put this on the screen. Y'all see that BMW SUV? You see a Cybertruck, brand new. BMW that kid was driving. BMW SUV. There was like two other BMWs in the parking lot. There is no way that a person legitimately is building at a fair market value, doing hospice, paying employees well, and everybody's driving cars like that. The profit margin on hospice should not be that extensive. It shouldn't be that way. Here's just the last video of Nick Shirley confronting them at this hospice scam, in my opinion. Roll the clip.
There is a lot of fraud going on, but it's not me. I don't give a who does what.
Yeah, we never said you were committing the fraud,
Well,
sir. We're
you see,
doing.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here, right?
So
I'm
thank you.
standing next to you.
Do you know where Guardian of Angels Hospice is? No idea. Oh, Angels of Peace. Cool. Hello. Well, could we just ask you guys some questions? We might be able to get
No,
you
you
some
cannot.
business. Are you the head honcho here or what?
No, you're the head hunter. Get out of from here. Give me my
Wait,
phone.
I thought you don't know who these people were though.
Give me my phone.
Alrighty. Light Angel.
Don't run. Come here.
Oh, you. Oh, I'm running. Look at him. What?
Come here.
I'm right
Come
here. I'm right here, sir.
I'm here.
What's going on?
Call 911.
For what?
Call 911.
For what? Sir, we're just asking questions, and if you want to answer them, you can answer them.
Call 911.
We're just looking for Guardian of Angels Hospice.
Well,
We're trying to check my
you're
grandma
American
into-
citizens,
Look,
right?
we're looking for Guardian of Angels.
Grandma into hospice.
You're American citizens, right?
Of course, are
Do
you?
you see any Guardian of Angels in here?
Not yet. We're
Then
looking.
get
for
out of
it.
here.
That's what we're looking for, sir.
There's like 100 doors. This is just one door.
Okay, get out of here then.
What's your problem with us asking people about simple questions about where our
don't.
tax dollars are going?
I don't.
We're asking questions about where our taxes are going.
You're not asking, you're harassing people.
How are we harassing
You
people?
can't be two guys standing in here as a guardians and you're harassing people.
Yeah, because people want to kill me for exposing fraud here in the United States.
Why they want to kill you?
Fraudsters
You're
don't
doing
like
good
being
job.
exposed.
Huh?
Why are you raising your voice if you have nothing to hide?
You think I'm hiding?
What are you so scared
You're
about me
accusing
coming
me?
around here for?
I'm not scared. I'm telling you, don't harass
You're shaking.
people.
Why are you shaking?
Because I have a diabetes.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
But so,
I need your full names.
oh, you want my full name? It's on the internet.
No, I don't go to internet. I'm too old.
Oh, okay.
What's your full names?
Sir, we're just asking you questions about,
What's your full names?
oh, we just want
They
hospice.
told you the Garden of Angels in this building.
Guardian
It's
of
right
Angels
here.
to check in my grandma.
Go look for it, bro. You see
That's
any
what we're
Garden of
doing.
Angels?
That's what we're doing.
Nick Shirley is an American hero for what he's doing. Please, government, can you, somebody, the government should be paying Nick Shirley for exposing all this fraud. Like he's doing the job of entire agencies. And I'm not saying the agencies aren't doing anything, but the way he's exposing these people is transparent, where the public can see what he's doing and what they're doing. Why can't our government be this transparent? Anyway, shout out to Nick Shirley. Man, y'all go follow Nick Shirley on his social media, and also Black Line Guardian Fund. As you can see, he has some security guys there, which is that guy was noticed. But we do it, the way we do security is very unique and customizable, right? Sometimes you don't know who's security and who's not. We do that on purpose in many cases. But if you get out of line, you're going to meet the black line, all right? So anyway, Black Line Guardian Fund, y'all support Nick Shirley by donating there. Let's get to Joe Kent resignation fallout, because I think it's invaluable that we continue to talk about this, because I think that people who are traitors to this country or do things that are nefarious, that are liars, we need to expose them very clearly. Joe Kent is in my opinion, is very suspicious why he decided to do what he did. Wait till you see what he used to say, how he used to speak. And this is not decades ago. This is like last year. This is like 2 years ago. This is like at his confirmation hearing. How do you get all these years of you saying Iran is a threat, Iran is a threat, Iran is a threat, Iran is a threat, and then all of a sudden you say Iran is not an imminent threat to this country? Don't listen to me. Listen to him. Roll the clip.
They're still registering for the draft, aren't they? Like that's the logical conclusion to the direction that we're heading in right now, unless we make some serious changes.
I mean, I've already heard rumors that Fifth Group is going to be sending guys to Iraq because of the escalated situation with Iran now.
Yeah. I mean, most Americans aren't aware of it. Our troops in Iraq and Syria have been attacked 150 plus times by Iranian proxies. And when we say Iranian proxies, we got to be clear on what that is. That's the Iraqi government that we pay. Because after the Iraqi military, we spent $2 trillion on, surrendered to ISIS, we had to go back in there in very short order and stand the military back up again. And guess who filled the breach? The Shia militias controlled by Iran did. And the Iraqi government's controlled by Iran. So these are.
He must have went to the Leering Center. He just said on Sean Ryan's show before he came out and said what he said, explaining how we got attacked by Iran over 150 times. How Iran is using their proxies to execute a war against other people in the region, especially American citizens. But they're not a threat to America? Okay, listen to what he said on this interview. Roll it.
Since the Iranian Revolution in 1979, when radical jihadis essentially took over the government of Iran and they declared war basically on the West.
I want y'all to be very clear. Listen to what he said. Since 19-something. Roll the clip back. Listen to what he said. This is how long Iran has been a threat to America. Mentioned by Joe Kent. Roll it.
Since the Iranian Revolution in 1979, when radical jihadis essentially took over the government of Iran and they declared war basically on the West, but they also declared war on the vast majority of the Sunni Gulf states. And so what Kushner and what the Trump administration did was they came in and they said, look, you guys actually have a common enemy. Iran is an existential threat to both Israel. It's an existential threat to the oil-producing Arab Gulf countries. And so that was the genesis of the Abraham Accords. So what they did was they basically said the obvious: no one's going to solve this. At least an outsider, a Westerner, is not going to be able to come in here and say, hey, here's the grandiose solution between the Arabs and between the Palestinians and between the Israelis. Let's isolate that as much as we possibly can, and let's create a pragmatic alliance. And that's what led to a lot of the peace and prosperity that we had in the Middle East. Now, again, here comes Joe Biden. Biden comes into office, and he does, I think, two things. He brings back in a lot of folks from the Obama administration who had bet their careers in foreign policy on reaching out to Iran. That was Obama's famous thing: if you extend your hand, if you unclench your fist, we'll extend our hand. And we did that. We entered the Iran deal. We gave the Iran access to billions and billions of dollars. And what did Iran do? They funded their proxies throughout the entire Middle East. We had already seen this movie before. Biden comes in and does the exact same thing. He brings back Blinken and Sullivan and the rest of the Iran deal guys. he says, we're going to reach back out. Trump got Iran all wrong. Iran had been pretty quiet for quite a while under President Trump. But then Biden comes in, they unfreeze a ton of money, billions of dollars going to Iran immediately. Iran does what Iran does. They immediately start funding all of their proxies throughout the entire Middle East, many of whom that we're paying for as well, through the government of Iraq, through the governments of Qatar, those types of things. But the Iranians are very smart. And they said, hey, how can we upend the Abraham Accords? Because the Abraham Accords was an existential threat to Iran. It was an alliance that was created that really checked Iran. So they knew they needed to light the Israel-Palestine issue back on fire. And so they gave Hamas a bunch of aid, and then they had Hamas conduct a very brutal and very public attack. The way that Hamas immediately put that brutal attack of October 7th all over the internet as brutally as possible, I think they had a lot of professional advice from the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps, their special operations guys, in order to get a response from Israel. And then Israel did what they had to do. They had to go in and defend themselves. And now they're going scorched earth on Gaza. And quite frankly, a lot of people in America are not comfortable with that. A lot of Democrats aren't comfortable with that. And we can critique them here from America, where for now it's nice and safe. But they're doing what I think any rational actor would do that's faced with a threat like that. But at the same time, they are playing right into Iran's hands by putting this issue back front and center. And so now.
All right, I think y'all heard enough. I think y'all requested, at least that's what Nick said, that you let me play the whole clip through. You don't want me to stop the clip too prematurely. But did you listen to what he said? He hit 2 or 3 issues there. Explained very thoroughly in April of 2024 why Iran is an existential threat to the United States of America, how they're paying their proxies to commit a war, that they paid or at least supported and gave money to Hamas that led to October the 7th, that they were at least wanting to fight back and undercut the Abrahamic Accords. How are they not a threat to the United States of America? How? And we already know that they have proxies and other sleeper cells right here in America. And they're not going to deploy those? As if we don't have nothing to do with the Abrahamic Accords. As if we're not Israel's best ally. So they just want to do stuff to them, but not us. I can't believe this guy did that. It's so whack to me. Let's see. Caroline Levitt has something to say. Roll it.
Caroline, there was news yesterday when Joe Kent, who works for Tulsi Gabbard over at the DNI, a political appointee, said he could no longer stay in his job. He was resigning over the Iran war. So he had objections. When is the last time he saw President Trump?
It's been a while. It's been a while since the president has seen him here at the White House. It's been a while since he's been involved in the process of the presidential daily briefs, and he's been actually present for the president's intelligence briefings. This was an individual who was not involved in any of the discussions pre-operation and throughout this operation. I think the president views it as deeply unfortunate that this individual, who the president gave the privilege of working for the administration, put out this resignation on government letterhead with many falsehoods throughout, essentially accusing the president of being manipulated by foreign governments. That's laughable and it's insulting. President Trump has been remarkably consistent on this issue of Iran for many, many years. Long before he ever entered politics, he has always said Iran can never possess a nuclear weapon. So anyone who works here should be well aware of the president's intentions and his peace through strength agenda and his willingness to use the United States military to achieve peace if and when necessary, as we have seen throughout Operation Epic Fury.
All right, I want to get to Dan Bongino, because I think Dan Bongino had an interesting take on it. The CIA director and also J.D. Vance mentioned something about it, but I think that Dan Bongino's mention of this is probably a little more powerful, and I want to cut this segment short so we're not belaboring the point. So let me get to Dan Bongino, because I think his statement was on point. Roll it.
Dan, now we've seen this before, right? And it's usually people who are really have gone hard left on everything. George Conway, Liz Cheney, John Bolton, John Kasich, the list goes on and on. You turn on Donald Trump and they embrace you for a time.
Yeah, this is the whose ox is gored effect. I mean, I've seen it with me during, my tenure in the administration, where they'll pick some right-wing radio host or podcaster they hate, who they call the conspiracy theorist or a nut job. And the minute he says something against someone they hate, Donald Trump or, in my case, me, they'll be like respected voice in the conservative movement. They do this all the time. You're going to see this with Joe Kent in the coming days. Listen, Joe's decorated history of service is beyond reproach, and his sacrifice with his family is just unspeakable. I don't even like to think about
his wife, who passed,
however,
who was killed.
Yeah, I mean, her name is emblazoned on a plaque in a facility I can't really talk about. And when you read the story there, it's a tough story to read. But, again, as I've said with other, the sacrifice is beyond reproach. That doesn't mean that this current opinion is any more fact-based, because it's not. I'm really sorry, Laura. I mean, I read probably a lot more intelligence than he did, because they don't have a law enforcement function, the National Counterterrorism Center. They're an analytical clearinghouse. They're valuable. However, I had access to just about everything. And how you could come to the conclusion that the Israelis did it and there was no imminent threat here? Really? What about the anti-ship ballistic missiles, the drone program, 440 kilograms of 60% enriched nuclear material, their constant death to America chance? I mean, that's called evidence.
So do y'all get what I'm saying here? I'm not biased towards this guy. Like, people will say, you bought and paid for by Iran. I mean, Israel. That's why you say. It's just common sense. When you see a person go radical like that and say, I'm quitting, like I want to call him a wussy with a P. When he say, I'm quitting, that's weird to me. Because if you really care about the country, you should stay and fight. You don't punk out because your troops can't punk out. Dude, you served. I think he was a Green Beret. You may not agree with everything the command is doing, but you don't leave your battle buddies out there to dry. You stay in the fight and you keep fighting for them. You're a person on the inside. You're a person that can talk to Donald Trump. But this is this weird thing going on where it is lucrative to hate Trump now. It's lucrative to hate Israel. It's lucrative to bash Erica Kirk. I'm just going to give you a quick example before we move on to the approval rating that Donald Trump has, which also contradicts what Joe Kent did. But I made a video about Erica Kirk, defending Erica Kirk. But I said, let me just put it out there with a question mark and just allude to it's getting worse for Erica Kirk. It's gone really bad. This is bad. This new release tells everything. We got the highest click-through rate ever on our channel. Why is that? This should tell you guys why there are those who you're questioning. Why would they switch on Trump? Why are they bashing Erica so much? Why are they coming after Israel? Because the algorithm pushes content that supports those things. And as a content creator myself, you got to fight through the temptation to want to be salacious and jump ship. And you got to stick to your guns and what you believe and what is true and what is right. But I see them all the time. You hate Israel. You hate Erica Kirk now. You hate Donald Trump now. MAGA's dead. You get pushed in the algorithm and you make millions of dollars. That's pretty much what it is. Anyway, let's get to CNN polling because I want you guys to see the polling, which contradicts Joe and all the other stew heads that are on the right. I don't care about the left, on the right. Roll the clip.
Okay, MAGA GOP on the U.S. military action in Iran. Look at this. Nearly 9 in 10, 89% approve of the U.S. military action in Iran. That is the MAGA GOP base. Just 9% disapprove of it. This is tremendously popular among the Republican base. And, of course, Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, overseeing the effort. It seems to me that a lot of people are taking that into account, including President Donald Trump, who has been smiling an awful lot at Marco Rubio lately.
There's another clip here, less important, but it's still a clip. Roll it.
Yeah, sometimes you look at the polling data and there are numbers that just jump off the screen at you, and this is one of those. Because just take a look here. MAGA GOP view of Trump. Approve 100%. 100%. If you are a member of MAGA and the GOP, you approve of Donald John Trump. 0% say that they disapprove. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know you can't go higher than 100%. He is the 1972 Miami Dolphins.
Now, let me add this to you because I like to give you guys context. I wouldn't take everything they say I take it with a grain of salt. I feel like they do that program to get Republicans to look at their stuff and then get all excited so they can do something on the back end. That's just my opinion. It's still CNN. Don't get it twisted, all right? A snake is still a snake. But I think what it really does show you is the difference between the internet and real life. I think the everyday person like you and I, outside of the internet, that's smart enough to understand that Donald Trump is not George Bush and it's not Barack Obama or Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. We understand that. We see the way the war is being executed. We're listening to Donald Trump and the experts there, and we're not stupid enough to fall for this little weird stuff that some of these people are doing. I don't know if they're getting paid to do it. I don't know what they're doing. Marjorie Taylor Greene, what a quitter. She quit on her assignment. These people are weirdos, dude. Don't fall for it. All right, let's get to Fetterman. This is a story I've been waiting to talk about. Fetterman I think he's one of us now. I really do think he's one of us. But before we get to Fetterman, I want to tell you guys about the Tatum store. Go to the Tatum store, get your merch today. I think we still running a sale, 20% off. Epic Fury 26, get 20% off the Tatum store. That's where all the cool merch is at. And ladies and gentlemen, we're only getting better. We're only doing more merch, and we're only making it better. So if you want merch, you want to wear something that supports your side, tatumstore.com is where you get it. You can freeze this frame, do the QR code, or you can just go to tatumstore.com. All right, Fetterman, come on the show, buddy. Let's play the first clip of Fetterman. And this is where I believe, and it convinced me that he's moving more and more to our side. Roll the clip.
One name that often doesn't come from my side is Laken Riley. I agree for Renee Good, and I agree for Alex Petty, but I also deeply, deeply agree for Laken Riley and their family, and that all three were failures of our government there in that circumstances. And as I was proud to be the co-sponsor of the Laken Riley bill, because we have to address that. Two things must be true here. We need to have a secure border, and we have to round up and deport every single criminal in our nation. I can't imagine why that's critical or controversial for anybody.
I'll say this before I get to Hannity, because he went on Hannity. We got a bunch of clips. We're going to roll through them pretty quickly. But how is that, like, why is he the only Democrat or one of the only Democrats talking like that? That's just common sense. If Fetterman didn't have other little issues and he ran for president, he would be a valuable candidate. Because what does he use? Common sense. I don't understand. Like, any Democrat that's opposed to what he's saying, you could tell they're a fraud. It's that simple to me. Let's go to Sean Hannity, and we're going to run through these real quick. The first clip is going to be Sean Hannity apologizing to Fetterman for things that he has said without meeting him first. Roll the clip.
So I meet you. I actually apologized to you, and I'll do it publicly because I needed to. I really thought you were somebody you're not. I did not know you. And so I got to know you. We talked that day. You were really cool about it. And then President Trump, if you remember, said, "Oh, Sean, why don't you come in the meeting?" So it was me, Trump, you, and your wife. Yeah. And the only thing I said to you is, this is off the record. I'm not going to tell anybody. Yeah. We can tell the story now because it was a long time ago. But
well, I got so much shit for that.
Oh, I mean, big time.
It's crazy.
Big
it's
time.
You know, like I was invited to have dinner. Like that should be, you know, what that should be like. That's a good thing to have a good relationship with the president.
All right, here's Sean Hannity talking about the hoodie thing, about Fetterman wearing a hoodie everywhere you go. Roll it.
All right, this does bring us to one thing. I actually love the fact that you wear your hoodie, that you don't give a shit. Frankly, when I see you in a suit, I'm like, I prefer him in the hoodie.
Again, I'm not making a statement. It's
It's comfortable.
I can't find good clothes.
Like, okay, I'm wearing jeans and I wear like, just a hanging out shirt. I really don't like getting dressed up. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. You hate it?
I do. It's just, for me, it's like.
Whoever invented the tie, did a disservice to the world.
Sean Hannity capping right there, man. I think dressing up is very good. It's very clean, especially in a professional environment. I could never imagine the president walking around without a suit and tie on, especially in the official capacity. But I do see the reason. I don't dress up. I'm not wearing a suit and tie doing my show. I could, but I don't want to. I'm just Brandon Tatum. If I wanted to do that, I'd be working for Fox. Okay? But I will say this. Y'all need to send this to Fetterman. We'll make you some hoodies, Fetterman. We'll get you the best hoodies. We'll produce them and put Fetterman on the side. We'll do it like you want it, bro. And I bet you our hoodies are better than the ones he buying. And we can get them to you at a good price. We're not going to inflate it like Carhartt and all these other companies that have to pay for marketing and everything. We'll get you a really good deal, Fetterman. Come on, holler us at purechoiceapparel.com. All right. Anyway, we got a couple more clips. I think let's go to Only Democrats. He's the only Democrat that shook Trump's hand at the State of the Union. Wrote a clip.
But it was reported that you were the only Democrat to shake his hand, the only one.
That is true. I mean, I was there. I mean, he just came right and then went right up to the rostrum. So I was the only one, and it's like, why wouldn't you? I mean, that's basic courtesy. Respect the office. You know. The president and I can agree and disagree on different things. If we get to the point where I refuse to even shake his hand, something's lost. And I can't imagine. I was looking around, like half of my colleagues were gone and doing other things. And I can't see you get the paste back in the tube at this point because that's. You know, it's become normal yelling and doing this kind of.
On the border, roll it.
You know, all the way back in late 2023, I was saying to my fellow Dems, I mean, the border's a disaster. You know, when you start looking at the you know, you could pull up my phone. I save these graphs. Yeah. And it's like when it's close to 300,000 encounters, I put that in terms of Pittsburgh. I'm like, that's the size of Pittsburgh showing up every month. That's unsustainable. That's out of control. That's true chaos. And if you look at it from a view of the immigrants, how can you provide for their American dream when 300,000 are showing up at the border every month? And that was a fail for us as Democrats. And I'm like, if we don't address this, we'll burn, and it's the wrong thing for our country.
Fetterman on voter ID. Roll it.
Voter ID, Jim Crow 2.0. Really?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I've pushed back too. It's like, if you want to show ID, that's not Jim Crow. That's not. So stupid. You know, it's because that diminishes the sin of like true Jim Crow was. It's like, you know, you just trivialize that and trying to just make it seem more outrageous than it is. Showing ID.
Trivialize. But here's Fetterman on Marco Rubio. Roll it.
Another thing that I clapped for was the president gave a shout out to Marco Rubio, and I did absolutely. I was the only Dem. He's done a great job. You know, like, I mean,
he really has done it. He's risen dramatically. He's done a great job.
And it's like, yes, he's a different party, and yes, our views might be different in some things, but I think there's more things that overlap. And like, this is why. I mean, like, I mean, he was our colleague just not that long ago, and now I mean, you're entitled to your views, but now they're announcing I'm disappointed or I regret my vote. No, like that. I thought that's, you know, he's done. I mean, think of all the things that's been thrown at him, and I think he's done a great job of managing it.
Let me go back.
And also Munich. I thought his speech
wasn't it amazing?
Was great in Munich. Yeah,
I thought that he really like took it to the next level for him.
All right. We got to go on. I need to move on because I got two more things I want to talk about. The first one is Dummy of the Day. Now, we do Dummy of the Day. This is a quick segment. This got to be the dumbest thing I ever seen. Today's Dummy of the Day goes to this idiot. Roll the clip.
You all right? I think so.
So this fool was identified as a dog, and the real dog came on a part of that action. She better be glad it didn't get on her back and start humping. But this fool playing like a dog, and a real dog came up. I can't believe my eyes, dude. You can't make this up. Let's watch that one more time. Roll the clip. Oh, my God.
You all right? I think so.
She almost took a crazy L. That dog could have bit her right in the face. What do you think of you? Never mind. I'm trying to go to heaven. All right, last clip. I got about 9 minutes left of the show. Joy Reid. I have to talk about Joy Reid. These ignorant, racist black people. I have to address that. And Joy Reid is so stupid that she's identifying American Christianity with Muslims in Iran. Tell me you're stupid without telling me you're stupid. Roll the clip.
And the sellouts, like the defective Negroes that I talk about.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith, the Larry Elders, the Candace Owenses, all of those defective. And there's one brother, I'm going to call him out soon. They were asking him, well, what did you think about the things about what they showed about the Obamas and the monkey shoes? And this black dude's like, I didn't see what the problem. I'm going to get him though. This whole.
I know. I think I know.
There's like there were other pictures there that were just. They all have that look. It's just so.
You know how you can always call them out.
Asymmetrical Negroes. They just have this off look, and they don't look like they go to good barbers.
That's it. It's always the hairline.
It's the barber. It's the hairline. The barbers are no.
Joy Reid, did you just say something about a hairline? You should be ashamed of yourself talking about Stephen A's hairline when your hairline is at the back of your head. I'm going to let him finish, y'all. Let him finish.
Good.
Telling you.
Stephen A. Smith.
It's the hairline.
It's the barbers.
That's what give them away. I'm telling you.
I know they don't go to a barbershop with real because barbershops is where everybody's talking. They don't go. They go to like probably some white guy goes like.
They go to Supercuts.
They go to Supercuts.
Why would you think of the same?
They go to
Supercuts. They're going.
And what do they put on top of the bowl?
In the bowl, and there's this.
They get a protractor or something like a
or a Flowbee. They got a Flowbee going on.
What is that?
A weed whacker.
It's like a weed thing, and it Flowbees your hair.
Oh, I don't.
They don't go to the real barbers where we talk that real stuff,
Even if you have it, you still got to get it shaved properly. Make sure you don't get nicked.
There's always something off about those sellouts. They're just
something.
I don't know what they're talking about. My barber out here icy. He need to win an award for that fade he be doing. What are y'all talking about? And to be honest, people like Stephen A. Smith and others who are wealthy don't go to a barbershop anyway. The barber come to your house and cut your hair. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. Last clip from Joy. I don't even know. I need to find a nickname for it. Y'all give me the nickname in the comment section. Go to Joy Reid real quick. Show that hairline. My God, my God. What is happening to your hair? And I saw her in person, along with Don Lemon at an event I went to. And she's just as ugly and silly in person as she is on this thing. She came in there with a weird jacket on and bald-headed. And the thing is, I don't care if your hair falling out. But why you messing with Stephen A. Smith when your hair falling out? Why y'all laughing and kikiing about people not going to a real barber? And ma'am, you ain't going to no barber. Who is plucking your hair? Look like a duck losing feathers on the top of your head. Look like you need to go bald in about 6 months. Who are you to claim? All right, listen to how silly she is real quick and we're going to be done. Roll the clip.
Our regime has secret police. They have secret police. Our regime is oppressing women, taking away abortion rights, taking away women's rights in like 26 states, some states where they're trying to have the death penalty for having an abortion. They also oppress women. They have the highest rate of women who are in STEM careers. We're kicking women out of the military, out of university. We're saying that DEI means women can't be hired for high positions in the sciences. We're marginally better. And we're doing it for Christianity. They're doing it for Islam, right? Yeah. So it's like we don't get told those things because it would take away the kind of American exceptionalism.
You know how stupid you got to be to say what she's saying? I try not to call these people names, man, but it is impossible. This woman is saying we're kicking women out of STEM. Women are way more likely to graduate from universities than men are. Way more likely. Women are more educated than men are today in the United States of America. DEI really has nothing to do with disenfranchising women, because if you look at DEI, the people that benefit from DEI the most are white women. This peanut head, milk dud, don't understand her own math. She's saying we're disenfranchising women. No, the black women are getting hosed on this, because the white, gay, women, or whatever you want to, gay men, they're all winning in DEI. Black people ain't winning in nothing because y'all stupid. Vote for these idiots. Then she go on to say, we doing this from Christianity. We don't operate in a theocracy. Nothing that we do pretty much as a country is rooted just in Christianity. We're not doing it for religious purposes. We're doing it on principle and constitutionality. I wouldn't mind doing it on religious principles. But the problem is people are stupid, and they'll end up, this religious belief don't agree with this one, and this one don't agree with this one. And matter of fact, what if the Westboro Baptist Church was the guiding light of religiosity in America? We'll all be screwed. So that's why we don't live in a theocracy. That's why we don't have people who are even Christians. You know how many Christian denominations there are? Some of y'all at the Baptist church don't agree with the Church of God in Christ, that don't agree with the Apostolic Pentecostal, that don't agree with the First Assemblies of God. Then they don't agree with the Mormons, and the Catholics don't agree with the Protestant. Thank God we don't have a theocracy. We'll be all messed up. But what we do is we have a principle that's called the Constitution of the United States of America, knowing that we have inalienable rights given to us by God, not man, across the board, sustainable. And this fool acting like we disenfranchising people in this country. Put her back on the screen. She's making millions of dollars. The comedian is probably making millions of dollars. All these people are rich, black, privileged people acting as if they're oppressed. And the same government that's in place back when Obama was in office is generally the same government that's in place now. With the laws, what new laws have come about? None. All right, y'all. We getting ready to get out of here to the post-show clarity, and then I got a really good interview with Stella Escobedo, which I cannot wait to do. She's one of my favorite, and you guys will see some of that interview as well. Even the ones who aren't members, you'll be able to see that interview, okay? And I want to tell you real quick about Verdict. So Verdict Bourbon, we're past the pre-sale. We got our new shipment in, and it's ready to go. So if you guys are out there and you've been looking to get it, you don't want to wait for pre-order, go to Verdict right now. Even if the website isn't updated, because we got to get the people to update it, just know that it is there and available, and the shipments, if you purchase, is going out immediately. And shout out to all the restaurants that carry us. Shout out to the grocery stores that carry us. We really appreciate y'all support of Verdict Bourbon. Drink responsibly, and you got to be 21 and over to participate. Don't worry about hitting my website if you are not compliant, all right? Because we're going to find you, and we're going to tell the police about you. That's our verdict. Guilty. You're going to be guilty. But shout out. I want to give a shout out real quick before we transition over to one of the restaurants that carry our bourbon on their menu, and that is Belmont Cocktails and Kitchen and Cocktails, I think that's what they call it. But Belmont and North Scottsdale, they carry our bourbon on the menu as a cocktail, and it is called The Verdict. And it is the best version of a dark Manhattan that I've ever tried in my life, ever. I'm really hoping that other restaurants compete with Belmont to create a cocktail that is that good or better. But I don't see anybody making a Manhattan that good. It's almost impossible. But if you go to Belmont, North Scottsdale, make sure you ask for The Verdict and tell them Officer Tatum sent you. All right, for the members who want to be a part of the Post-Show Clarity, you hold the phone. I'll see you on the other side.